Over there is my 10-year-old son, Rocco, guest playing this weekend for LMB, Luis Marte Baseball, with some of his old friends here at the NCS Labor Day Bash. So we're getting ready to get started, facing off against Central Coast Venom. We'll see how it goes. Here we go. Okay, we're getting ready to get started. Looks like LMB is going to be the visiting team, and here's Central Coast Venom's pitcher. It is a hot day here in Mission Viejo, California. In the high 80s, sun's beating down on us pretty good. We'll get started here in just a second. I am filming on a ladder, once again, through a net, like the championship game versus Covina Baseball Club. Here we go, ball's coming down, we're getting started. Looks like Brody is leading off for LMB. Sunscreen in my eyes, first pitch of the game. Right there, strike one. Thank you so much for tuning in. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and share our videos. We love having you here. Leave us a comment. We love answering them. Here comes Brody to see an 0-1 pitch. Here's that 0-1 delivery. Down in the dirt, ball one. 2-2 pitch. Swung on, hit well, up the middle, and past the shortstop into center field, who grabs it. Brody's going to start us off with a single. Attaboy, Brody. Let's go. That brings up Nate now with Brody on first base. First pitch to him. Right there, strike one. Brody takes second, I'm sorry. Good job, Brody. And they pick again. Brody is caught in a rundown here. And they throw again, running him back to second. And he's safe. They missed the tag. Somehow he gets out of it. Wow. That's an exhausting way to start this game for Brody. Good job, kid. Here's the 0-1 to Nate. Down and away, ball. Brody takes third base safely. All right. They pick to third. Brody goes, and he's going to be safe. Wow, so LMB strikes first on some aggressive base running from Brody. Way to go. 3-2 to Nate. Up and in, ball four. 2-1, up and away, ball three. Nate should be going two, and he is. He's going to be up there at second base. 3-2. Swung on, hit in the air again. And caught by the third baseman. So, wow, the wind is pushing me. All right, the wind's pushing the net, which is pushing me. That's one out. Here we go. 1-0 pitch. Swung on and fouled back. Strike one. 1-1. Hit to the 5-6 hole and stopped. And Nate is going to get to third. And Liam's going to have an infield base hit. Good job, Liam. Way to go. First pitch, outside corner, strike one. And Liam takes second base. Here's the 0-1. Swung on, hit on the ground. And it gets through the shortstop's glove there. So that's going to score one. Good job. I don't know who that was. I'm not sure. Nice hit. Forrest now sees strike one, outside corner. And that young man, 33. I'm not familiar with him right now. I'll get his name later. Takes second base. Here's the 0-1. Forrest hits that little jam shot. Pitcher dives, throws one, gets an out. But it does score another one for LMB. Good job. 2 outs. Runner on third. All right, Declan stepping in now. First pitch to him. Up high, ball one. Here's the 1-0. Swung on, chopped on the ground. Second base grabs it, throws one, and they're going to get him there. So that's going to be the end of the top of the first. LMB up 2 or 3. I will check. Good job. Let's go get some outs. Okay, Isaiah pitching, Forrest catching for LMB. First pitch of the game. Swung on and missed, strike one. Try this position, 1-2. Swung on, hit towards first base. Declan grabs it. Covering, but he's going to be safe there. Not covering quick enough. Little infield single. Here we go. All right, first pitch. Runner goes. Forrest throws. And he's going to be safe there at second base. Good job. 2-1. Runner goes. And they call him safe. I don't know what that hand motion meant, but he's safe at third. Here we go. 3-1 pitch. And ball 4. That young man works the walk. We got runners at the corners. New batter. First pitch from Isaiah. Swung on, hit in the air. Center fielder underneath it. And he makes the catch. Throws home. Runner tagging, and he's going to be safe there on the throw from Brody. Nice try. And that runner, or the batter runner, takes second base after the throw. Here we go. First pitch. Swung on, hit up the middle. And that's going to be into center field. Runner at third, he's going to hold there. So they're going to have runners at the corners again. 1 out. Here we go. New batter, first pitch. Right there, strike 1. And runner takes second base. So we got second and third now. 2-1 pitch. Swung on, hit on the ground. Backhanded, but off the glove there at second base. And that's going to score another run and make it runners at the corners again. Here we go. First pitch, right there. Runner goes second, and he's going to be safe. It's going to be second and third again. 0-1. Swung on, hit in the air. Caught at first base, so that's going to be out number 2. Here we go. New batter, first pitch. Up high, ball 1. 3-2 again. Up high, ball 4. Bases are going to be loaded. New batter, first pitch with the bases juiced is up high, ball 1. Here's the 1-0. Swung on, hit well into center field. Oh wow, it was caught by Liam at shortstop. Gosh, I thought that got through. I think I got it on camera, but I didn't even see it. What a catch, way to get out of it. Here we go, let's go hit. Now batting Isaiah, trying to help his cause, up 3-2 here in the top of the second, and he sees strike 1 on the first pitch. 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and Isaiah goes down. 1 out. That brings up my 10-year-old son Rocco here for his first 11U at bat, and that's inside for ball 1. Here's the 3-2. Swung on, hit on the ground, right to the third baseman who throws to 1, and he's off the base. Rocco should be safe, and he is safe, so he's got an infield single. Attaboy. Here we go. Ivan steps in now. Rocco at first base, 1 out. First pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 1. 1-2. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. That brings up Danny. 2 outs. Rocco on first base. First pitch. Swung on, and that gets by. Rocco's going to take second. Standing up. Good job, Rocco. 1-1. Inside ball. Gets by. Rocco going 3. And he's up there. Good job. 3-2. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Danny goes down on strikes, and Rocco is stranded at third base. Going to the bottom of the second. Here we go. Okay, bottom second. Isaiah's still pitching. LMB still up by 1. First pitch. Swung on, hit well to the right side, and that's going to get through. They might have a play, and they do. They got him there at second base. Who's that in right field? Adrian, attaboy kid. Way to go. Or Ivan. Maybe that was Ivan. I think that was Ivan. Good job, Ivan. New batter, first pitch. Wind blowing the net, blowing me, and that's over his head for ball 1. 3-2 again. Misses high, ball 4. Runner on first. 1 out, and that one's going to get by Forrest, and runner takes second base. 3-0 pitch, up and away, ball 4, 4-pitch walk, first and second now with 1 out. Here we go. New batter, first pitch, low, ball 1. Pick again, and they've got him, and they don't got him. He takes off for third, throw hits him in the back. So now we're at second and third now with 1 out. 2-2, fighting the net. He chases that one. Strike 3. All right, here we go. New batter. Wind pushing the net, pushing me. Sketchy filming situation here. First pitch, right there. Strike 1, good pitch. Having a lot of trouble finding a good filming position with this net blowing me. 2-1 pitch. Swung on, hit well, and right to Nate, who makes the catch. Good job, Nate. LMB gets out of it without giving up a run, maintains a 1-run lead going into the top of the third. Here we go. Top of third, LMB still up by 1, and that's a foul ball. Sorry, wasn't quite ready. It's hard to get up and down in time sometimes and not sit on this ladder in the heat all day. 3-2, and that hits him. Sorry. Wind was blowing the net, which is running into my camera and pushing me, and that young man, I think his name is Dom, is on first base. Good job. Here's the pitch to Brody. He takes strike one. Runner goes second, and he's going to be in there standing up. Good job. Believe we have a full count now. Swung on, hit in the air. Brody slips. Underneath it is the second baseman who does make the catch. So that is one out. Here we go. First pitch to Nate. Swung on, check swing. Ground ball to the second baseman. Thrown over to first, and he's going to be out. That's going to be two down. MJ does move to third base. Here we go. Adrian steps in now. Runner on third, looking to add to their lead. First pitch. Swung on and missed. Strike one. Here's the 0-1. Swung on, hit on the ground. First baseman grabs it and beats him to first base. So LMB is going to fail to score again here in the third, going to the bottom of the third with their one-run lead. Let's go get some outs, boys. All right, bottom three. Danny pitching. Rocco behind the dish. First pitch. Just low, ball one. Here's the 3-0. Down in the dirt, ball four. That first batter here in the third inning works a walk. Here we go. New batter, first pitch. Just high, ball one. That pitch is hit, and it's going to get down into left field for a base hit. Sorry about this net is really blowing me around here. It's hard to get the camera steady. Tough filming conditions. Nice hit, young man. First and second, first pitch. Swung on, hit on the ground. And that's going to get through the 5-6 hole into left field. So Venom has something going here. Bases loaded with no outs here in the third. New batter, first pitch. Swung on, hit in the air, and foul. Pitch, swung on, hit on the ground. And that's going to get through the 5-6 hole into left field. And in the gap, that's going to score one. They're picking up the ball two. Runner from first heading to third. That scores 2 runs on that double from that young man. Nice hit. And Venom goes up 4-3. Pitch, swung on, hit on the ground. Danny fields it, throws home. And they've got him there at the plate. Good job. Gosh, this wind is really messing with me. Sorry, everyone. First pitch. Swung on, hit back to Danny again. That gets over his head. Fielded at short, thrown one. That's 2 outs, but that is going to score another one. So LMB down 2 now with 2 outs here. Gosh, new batter, first pitch. Wind blowing me around again, and that's going to be a foul ball. 2-1. Runner goes. Rocco's throw is backed up nicely. Sorry, just got over his head. I couldn't tell. Here we go. 3-1, I think. Good block, Rocco, but that is going to be ball 4. Here we go. All right, runners at the corners. New batter, first pitch. Swung on and missed. Strike one. 0-2. Swung on, hit well into left field. That's over the left fielder's head. That's going to score 2 runs. They're picking it up. Throwing to second base, I believe. And that young man has himself a double. Nice swing, number 50. Here we go. New batter, first pitch. Swung on and missed, strike one. And that 0-1 was in the dirt. Blocked well by Rocco, nice block. 2-2. Called, strike 3. So LMB does get out of it. Running out of time, need to put up some runs and then go get 3 outs quickly. There's drop dead here in NCS, so it's a tricky inning to navigate. Let's go do it. Okay, Liam stepping in to lead off the top of the 4th for LMB. This inning is probably their last chance. There's 20 minutes until drop dead, 10 until no new inning, and that is strike 1 on the first pitch. So drop dead timing is weird because even though this inning started doesn't mean it is necessarily going to finish. If LMB can take a lead here, if I can't get 3 outs in time to finish the game before drop dead, it will revert back to the score at the end of the 3rd inning. That is strike 2 on Liam. 1-2. Swung on, hit well, and knocked down by second base. Picked up, thrown to first, but not in time. Liam's going to have himself an infield single. Good job. And Cody's stepping in now. First pitch to him is up and in, and gets a piece of him. And he's going to head to first base. So we got first and second now with no outs. Good job, Cody. Forrest stepping in now. First pitch to him. Inside, ball 1. Here's the 1-0. Swung on, hit off the end of the bat. Back to the pitcher, who picks it up, throws to second base. He's got to go step on second, but Forrest is going to beat it out at first. And play. They're going to hold at third base. I'm sorry. I thought he was going to send him. Here we go. Okay, Declan in now to hit. First pitch to him is strike one. He steps out, lets it go by so that Forrest can take second base. We got second and third now. Here's the pitch. Swung on, hit well, and that's going to get through the 5-6 hole. So that's going to score one. They're going to send Forrest home, and he's going to be safe there at home. Declan into second base safely. Ball gets away. Declan going to go third. Still chasing the ball. Declan is going to go home on the overthrow with no backup. And that 5-6 hole gapper ends up for 3 runs. Good hit, Declan. Way to go. Good aggressive base running. Isaiah stepping in. First pitch to him is strike one. 3-2. Swung on, hit in the air. Second baseman does make the catch. That is 2 outs. Here we go. All right, LMB has 2 outs here. Rocco steps in, down 1 run. First pitch, up high, ball 1. 3-1. That's up and away, ball 4. So Rocco works a walk, still alive here. Here we go. First pitch to Ivan, down in the dirt. That's going to get by the catcher. Rocco going 2, and he's going to be in there safely. Representing the tying run. But tying it might not be enough. We got to get some outs too after this. 1-2 pitch. Up and in behind him. Rocco going third, and he's safe there. They pick. Rocco's back. Ball gets away. Rocco gets up. He's going to go. That is going to be the tying run to score. No, he's out at the plate. And that's probably, yep, that is going to be the ball game. So, base running, yikes. All right, well, thank you so much for tuning in. We're going to play another one, so we'll see you guys next week. We'll play another one tonight. That was close, but they had a big task ahead of them still because Drop Dead was coming up in, like, right now, actually. I don't think they could have done anything about that anyway. So thanks so much for tuning in. We'll play again tonight. We'll see you guys next time. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, share our videos. Leave us a comment. We love answering them, and we'll see you guys next time. Peace.